Good evening. The Trail and Eagle Scout Ceremony is beginning. At this time, I ask Andrew to escort Mason over and read the Trail of the Eagle. And at the same time, we are going to ask Michael Thompson and his escort, his granddad, to come.
Grace.
Oh, I did forget something. Michael and Mason, I'm gonna ask you first. Would you like to introduce your guests?
Sure. Okay. So, at my table, sitting across from me is my great-grandmother. Sitting right next to me is my grandmother.
Raise your hand.
One of my
Raise
little
your hand.
cousins. Across from my grandmother is my sister. Diagonally is Miguel. Everybody knows Miguel. Sitting across from Miguel is my mom. Sitting diagonally from my mother is Jim. He's true to
Jeff.
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 Across from them is my grandfather. Next to him is my Aunt Kara. And next to Kara is another one of my cousins.
Michael?
It's just her name, and they are.
Michael's gonna translate it to Brandon, so Brandon. Michael has lost his voice.
One at a time.
On the left side, you have Michael's school friend Ariana.
Raise your hands, please, so we can know who it is.
Right, and then going right down the line, you have his mother, Barbara Thompson. And then his father, Christopher Thompson, behind her. And then going across from his father, family friend Avery. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Beginning of the next family friend Avery. All right, behind her is family friend Jamie. And then behind him, family friend Kay.
Oh, come on, we're glad you could join us. Oh, there's another.
Oh, look at
They've got the photographer.
The gentleman over there is Paul Mitchell. All right, and Todd Roy is in the gray shirt that helped Michael with his Eagle Scout project. And then his escort, his grandfather, Kenneth Thompson.
Introductions. All right. This is the voice of the eagle, the eagles whose heights you have struggled to reach. I remember when you came to the base of the cliff and how you looked up with ambition and determination.
Look back at the experiences you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten. You should profit by making sure that the adverse ones do not occur again. Experience is a valuable teacher if you will heed its lessons. Do you remember when you took your first step on the Eagle Trail? With those first steps, you began to build yourself physically, mentally, and morally. You started living the Scout Oath and Scout Law. Soon, you had attained the tenderfoot rank, in which you learned the symbolism inherent in the Scout rank. You learned that there are 3 points of the trifold which stand for the 3 parts of the Scout Oath: duty to God and country, duty to other people, and duty to yourself. You learn of 2 important ideals in scouting: truth and knowledge. These are symbolized by 2 stars on either side of your badge. These stars are like those of the great outdoors. which you have enjoyed on hikes and campouts. And adding the eagle to the shield of the United States, you are further reminded of your duty to country. You pledge to support and preserve its freedom. Pointing skyward is the sign of the North. Taken from the mariner's compass, it is a reminder of your duty to God and your obligation to respect the religious convictions of others. From here, the trail led through basic outdoor skills to the second-class rank. This badge, with the corners of the scroll turned up and the scout smile, admonished you to be prepared. The overhand knot below reminds you of your daily goods herd.
At this point on the trail, some stopped to catch their breath before continuing. But you began to study more and work harder. Almost before you knew it, you became a first-class scout. The badge you received is a combination of both tenderfoot and second class, reminding that there's much more to being a scout than just attending meetings. Here you were tempted to remain, but your ambition stirred you on. The variety of merit badges gave your interests free rein. You took the lead, showing others the way. It didn't take long before the first obstacle on the trail had been overcome. You were then a Star Scout. The life rank was reached more slowly. The trail had become steeper and merit badges harder. Fewer scouts seemed headed in your direction. You looked back and saw the crowds behind you. You looked up and saw few above. And with the same determination with which you had started your climb, you continued up the trail. You learned that leadership was leading, not driving or pushing. Example is the best. The life rank is symbolized by a heart with the first class badge. The badge of scouting imposed thereon. At this point, the trail became tougher, but also more interesting. The original principles, the Scout Oath and Scout Law, now had a fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was much greater, and as a result, your character unfolded. You became more of a man. Your leadership ability expanded into a valuable asset. Your mind developed and your wisdom increased. Now you stand at the top of the mountain. It is not the end of the trail, nor the beginning. Almost your whole life lies ahead of you. Your part in our country's upbuilding from the past may be small, and your claim to distinction and honor may rest on no basis at all. But the future is for your own choosing. From your action, the judgment must come. The need of your service to your country is greater than all you have previously done. When the drama is finally ended and the curtain is lowered at last, you must rest on the things you have accomplished, not the dreams of the past. As Miguel prepares to read the background, Andrew is going to escort the parents up, and so is Mr. Thompson. To join us on the stage. Grandparents, parents and grandparents, our special group.
Are there enough seats up there? Enough seats up there?
We can make more.
All up, yeah.
Hi. No, just one.
You know, I've never been able to stand over here and not put my 2 cents on this, whatever I say, you know, so it's always been an honor to me and a pleasure to be able to read some of the history about some of the boys that have been with me for so many years, as well as some of the other adults. So I'm gonna start reading Mason. My voice might drop because I'm getting over the cold. Mason is the son of Amber Hubbard and lives with his grandparents, Paul and David Hubbard. His siblings include his older sister, Lauren Hubbard. Mason has been involved in scouting since a Tiger in Cutback Fort when he joined in August of 2012. He joined the troop upon his earning the Arrow of Light in February 2016. Mason attended McCaskey High School and is becoming a CNA, which is a certified nursing assistant. At the end of his senior year, he was involved in Taekwondo, but then he never attacked me. You know, they say the harder they are, the no, the taller they are. What does it go?
The bigger they are. Bigger they are.
Oh, never mind, that's why he never attacked me. And he earned his black belt on April 29, 2017. Mason is graduating on May 31st from McCaskey High School, and he has planned to attend HAC during the fall to get his EMT license. His long-term goal is to branch out into a different field where he would earn his paramedic license. Michael Thompson is the only son of Christopher and Barbara Thompson. He joined Cub Scout Pack in September 2012 and joined Troop 4 when he received his Order of the Arrow of Light in 2016. He was called out to join the Order of the Arrow in 2020 and currently is a Brotherhood member. Michael is a senior at McCaskey High School. At school, he was involved with the school computer club from 2020 to 2022 and was a cast member in 2022 and 23 of the Spring Musical and was a member of the stage crew for 2020 musical. He was accepted into McCaskey High School chapter of National Honor Society in 2021. Outside of school, he is the second most senior student in the weekly Kung Fu classes, and he's one level away from achieving his black belt. Another one that don't want me to attack me. He was also participate in medieval reenactment with his family, and he had gotten an award to active participation within the organization they're associated with. Michael is a scuba diver, and in his free time, and he worked at Lancaster Scuba Diver Center in Greenfield on the John and Jean Walker. Jean? Yes. Walker, thank you. He accepted an offer for Titus Roy for a seat in the Conestoga View River Club Activity Committee after completing his Eagle Scout project this past November. Michael will graduate in May 2031. I'm sorry. I meant to say May 31st. He's been accepted too and will be attending George Stevens College in the fall. Majoring in electromechanical program. He's also considering robotic as a career possibility, and he would like to be able to play guitar and continue being involved with the theater on the side. On a personal note, some of you might know that we see the boys here every Monday, basically, and then we go to camp. But sometimes you have no idea what it is to put up a Mason here, and go to summer camp, and then see him in church camp. No.
You guys don't know what it's like to put up with Miguel that much.
But, you know, I also have a special note. Some years ago, the Bay Shore. Not Bay Shore, but Mac. And I don't think I ever did this, but I'm gonna do it today. I want to apologize publicly in front of all of you to Michael, because I made him cry. Which is not unusual for me, to make some of the boys cry, because I want the best on them. But it's not that I didn't have the courage or anything like this. That even though I did cry that time because of the way that I behaved, which was not uncommon for me to behave that way, but I always remember that. And believe it or not, even though it was an unpleasant thing for Michael, I cherish those moments, because I've been around with these boys forever. And that's why I always have to prove my personality, because there are certain things that I remember when we go to camp. If for many years I was shaving not just my head, but also my mustache. They are responsible for what I have over here now. So I'm gonna keep it at least for summer.
Thank you, Miguel. By the power vested in me by the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor for the Eagle Scout Award to be in session. Honored guests, parents, and scouts. The Eagle rank is the highest and most coveted rank in all of Scouting. A scout who earns the rank has achieved the scouting purpose of character building, training and leadership, and practice of service. The Eagle rank is a responsibility as well as an honor. The Eagle rank represents accomplishments in scouting skills, in teamwork as a member and leader of this troop or patrol, and in the scout spirit as represented by living the Scout Oath law. Many young scouts picture themselves becoming an Eagle Scout, especially those arrow lighters that just got in. But over the years, so many activities clamor for a person's attention. The Eagle Scout rank represents good hard work. On average, it takes 3 years to achieve this award. This rank is achieved by, it depends on which category you listen, it's either 2%, 3%, or less than 5% of all scouts in scouting in the United States. The scout who earns the Eagle has set a goal. Stay focused, maybe with a little help from people behind them, and achieved it. The Eagle Scout rank is a symbol of what a scout has accomplished, but more important, it represents what the scout will be in the future as you grow into manhood. This is not the end of the trail, but rather the beginning of a new expedition in your life. You have earned the highest award that Scouting offers. Scouting is one of the largest organizations in the world. Scouting's millions of members are a cross-section of our great nation. No wonder so many of our greatest leaders have some of their earliest leadership experiences in Scouting. There are scouts serving in government, in the armed forces, in medical fields, in schools, even astronauts, and in scientific fields, factories, offices, in the arts, and in literature. We are gathered here to honor you for your accomplishment of this significant achievement. But this is also the beginning of a lifelong commitment on your part. The lifelong commitment relates to the fact that every scout is always referred to as an Eagle Scout, never a former scout. If you had stopped at second class or star, anything short of an Eagle, you would have been known as a former scout. One becomes and remains an Eagle Scout. Within the Scout law and oath is a promise to the future, a promise to remain loyal to your God, to your country, and to the principles that make a good scout. These basic principles form a firm foundation for the moral code of a good, honest scout and adult. And wherever you go in scouting, wherever you go in life, the Scout oath and law can be applied to help you do what's right for yourself and for those around you. If you're a good scout, you'll be a good citizen and a good adult. The Eagle Scout requires accomplishments in 3 general areas. First is scouting skills, known as requirements. There are a total of 21 merit badges that must be earned. 14 of them merit badges are first aid, citizen in the community, citizenship in the nation, citizenship in the society, citizenship in the world, communication, cooking, personal fitness, emergency preparedness or life-saving, environmental science or sustainability, personal management, swimming, hiking or cycling, camping, and family life. The second area is scout participation. The scout hoping to be an Eagle Scout must be active in their troop and become a team worker. He or she must have planned and carried out a service project in their community, school, or church. They must tell how they have done their duty to God, how they live the Scout Oath and Law in everyday life, and their understanding of the Scout Oath and Law. Eagle Scouts must provide letters of recommendation from teachers, pastors, employers, parents, and friends on how they believe the candidate is putting into daily practice the principles of the Scout Oath and Law. Meeting these requirements takes long hours and hard work. And the final requirement is your Eagle Board of Review. The Board of Review is conducted by our Boy Scout Troop 4 committee, along with a representative from the Pennsylvania Dutch Council. The Board of Review is not a test, it's a dialogue. Exchange of ideas concerning today, problems of today, tomorrow, and also the accomplishments of the Eagle Scout and his dreams. Preparation for life. That's what it's all about. Taylor?
Foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live in honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. He knows that a Scout is trustworthy is the very first point of the Scout Law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not because honor is important to him, but because of the vital significance the example sets for other Scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on his home, his church, his troop, and his community. May the white of the Eagle badge remind you to always live with honor. Second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A Scout is true to his family, Scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. His loyalty to his troop and brother Scouts makes him pitch in and carry his share of the load. All these help to build the loyalty that means devotion to community, country, to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. Third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which men measure themselves and others. To a Scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but also the determination to stand up for the right. Trusting in God with faith in his fellow men, he looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always of courage. Fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the Second Class Scout Award, which has its end turned up with a smile. Final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up the scouting trail, and just as others helped him climb up to the Eagle. The performance, the daily good turn, takes on a new meaning when he enters a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as protector of the weak and helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared to put forth his best. You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest award. Be humble when wearing your award, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and the Scout Law be your guide from tomorrow on.
Andrew?
I have the honor of giving you the Eagle Scout charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest award in scouting. Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this honor. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your positions, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these good things depend for the most part on the quality of our citizens. Our country has had a great past. You can help make the future ever greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and to your fellow man. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to finer living. We have too many who use their strength and their brains to exploit others and to gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on the solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. And whatever others may do, you will leave behind you a record of which every other scout may be justly proud. Okay. You guys need to stand up. Mace Snowberg, Michael Thompson. You rededicate yourself by repeating the scout oath. Repeat it slowly as you stand before the 3 lighted candles, each one representing one of the parts of the scout oath. Resolve to uphold forever its principles with the same ambition and perseverance that has brought you this far. Scout sign. On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to do my duty to God and my country,
to do my duty to God and my country,
to obey the scout law,
to obey the scout law,
to help other people at all times,
to help other people at all times,
keep myself physically strong,
keep myself physically strong,
mentally awake,
mentally awake,
and morally straight.
and morally straight.
You may be seated, too. Your conduct along the trail has been excellent. You have rededicated yourselves to the principles of scouting. But one more thing is important: your future. As Eagle Scouts, you become a guide to other scouts. You become an example to your community. Remember that your actions are now a little more conspicuous, and people will expect more of you. To falter in your responsibility would reflect not only on you, but on your fellow Eagles and all of Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but is also ours. I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood, holding the ideals of honor and service without reservation.
Paula and Kenneth, would you please come forward? And Mr. Thompson is going to proudly present Michael with your eagle.
Right. Years.
Okay, you two stand. They can come over to you, or you can go to. anyone that the Scouts feel has guided them, helped them along the way.
It is my privilege to lead these scouts and this audience in the Eagle Scout Oath. I'll read an introductory paragraph, and then I'd appreciate if you would join me in standing with our Eagle Scouts. Please see. Mason Hobart. Chris, no, let me read the introduction then. Mason Hobart, Michael Thompson. I challenge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood without reservation, holding ever before you the ideals of honor and service. By the reciting of the Eagle Scout Oath before your fellow troop members and these people present, you will truly become an Eagle Scout. Will the audience please rise? Though the words you are about to utter may be familiar to those by which you joined Scouting, or similar to by those to which you joined Scouting, tonight they mean more than they could have meant at any time in the past. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. Mason Hobart, Michael Thompson, repeat the following pledge. I, your full name,
I, Mason Hobart.
Can you sign? There's a skill set he needs to add. To affirm by my allegiance
To affirm by my allegiance
to 3 promises of the Scout Oath,
to 3 promises of the Scout Oath,
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of the rank of Eagle Scout.
of the rank of the Eagle Scout.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will do my best
I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
my rank and my influence
my rank and my influence
work strongly for better scouting,
work strongly for better scouting,
for better citizenship,
for better citizenship,
for honor and glory
for honor and glory
of my troop,
of my troop,
my community,
my community,
and my country,
and my country,
and to reflect my contacts
and to reflect my contacts
with other people,
with other people,
my example as an Eagle Scout.
my example as an Eagle Scout.
To this I pledge my sacred honor
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
to. You may be seated. You may be seated. Thank you very much.
Both boys were being presented their Eagle certificate. representing their dad, granddad, Jim.
So in light of the upcoming holiday, Memorial Day, there's been a run on flags, proper 3x5, nylon, polyester, cotton or otherwise. So tonight, we're giving some flags that will represent those towards you at a later date. Congratulations, Eagle Scouts.
Once an Eagle Scout has earned his Eagle rank, the merit badges that he's earned above that earns him different palms. Mason has earned his palm, bronze palm. Michael has earned his bronze and gold. All right. That's it. We have a few things to catch up. Both Mason and Michael received a congratulatory letter from Robert Ansbach, who's chairman of the Pennsylvania Dutch NISA chapter, which is National Eagle Scout. Congratulations, you've joined a fraternity of more than 2.5 million recipients of the Eagle Scout Award. And this is a monumental accomplishment, and you and your family should be proud. As an Eagle Scout, you are charged to be among those who dedicate their hearts and hands to the common good. And the National Eagle Scout Association was created to help you, along with other Eagle Scouts, live up to the expectation. We invite you to become a member of the Pennsylvania Dutch NISA chapter. And we just sort of highlighted that, so. We have all these letters. Matthew Adams, our Scout executive, honored each of you from one Eagle to another. I would be honored to participate in your Eagle Court of Honor, but we just got here. I didn't even read it. Mason and Michael both received letters from Dan Ownby, Roger Mosby, and Scott Sorrell. These are all national letters. They remind you that only 7 out of the last 100 scouts receives this rank, and it reminds you that you dedicated yourself and put in hours found to benefit your community. And they both wish you best wishes, as does Frank Searle and Anna Marie Morin from the National Eagle Scout Association. And they want to be one of the first to congratulate them. So, you will both be receiving all of those. Hopefully everyone's been able to take a look at the displays of our Eagle Scouts back there. I'm just going to highlight a couple letters. Mason has received a letter from Heather Ward, who's your health careers instructor, and she says she has had the pleasure of having Mason Hilberg as a student in my advanced health careers class at McCaskey, both of the junior and your senior year. You're a dedicated student that showed up ready to learn every day. It's a challenging curriculum that prepares high school students for the knowledge, training, skills, and passion required in a career in health. And she attests that Mason is succeeding in her program and will do well at all 4 of these areas throughout his schooling. He's a pleasure to have in class. He's on task, participates, and always completes his work. He starts each class with a positive attitude. And these reasons and many more that I offer his recommendation for the Eagle Scout Award. And you also received one from Elena at the Bridgeport Family Restaurant, and she feels it's a privilege to write this letter and He's been employed for the last 3 years. She's watched him grow and become an individual who's trustworthy, courteous, and obedient. And he's filled many different positions at the work with no complaint, going above and beyond. And Mason's also kind, customers love him, compliment how friendly he is, and he's always there to give a hand. She knows that Mason is committed to becoming an eagle, and confident that he will grow into a fine young adult. And Michael. And the skin one, this one's from your mom. She starts off with saying, Michael's my son, but so I'm undoubtedly somewhat biased in his favor, but he's a good kid and I truly believe he deserves to be a Scout. He's been empathetic and drawn to friends with those who might be looked at as little Scouts since he's been young. Even in preschool, he made friends with a boy who has autism. His world is truly inclusive in a way that wasn't even possible when I was his age. He has a strong work ethic, willing to work to do what needs to be done without pay or recognition. And some of this he learned from Scouts, some from the medieval reenactment group we are part of. And he's assisted with cleaning, serving, and teaching medieval games, and we've heard this, we've loved hearing all your medieval adventures over the years. He's developed an interest in politics in response to some of the more conservative policies that are being enacted. He's even gone to some marches, and we look forward to being able to vote. He would like to travel, it's always exciting, and interested in other cultures. Good student in the honors and advanced placement courses since middle school. He's been a National Junior Honor Society member and a National Honor Society. And not perfect, but he has a tendency to procrastinate. Oh boy, do we know that. Spend a little more time playing video games than I'd like. But it's a bit messy, but aren't all of it. But I see who he's now and all that I've managed to raise. In unbiased opinion, I believe my son Michael Thompson to be an Eagle Scout. This one's from your grandfather. I am Kenneth Thompson, the grandfather of Michael Thompson. I wish to provide my endorsement for Michael being promoted to Eagle Scout. He started Scouting as a Cub Scout, advanced through the ranks, leading Zara Light, became a Boy Scout, and has completed all the requirements for the Eagle. He's been a quartermaster. Additionally, his fellow Scouts nominated him and became a member of the Order of the Arrow. His school accomplishments demonstrate his qualifications for Eagle Scout. He became a member of the Junior Honor Society and National Honor Society, and he's been in school musicals since 5th grade. Let me see if I can do it. Very fun. As an Eagle Scout myself, I look forward to Michael joining those Scouts to obtain the rank of Eagles. I plan to have my Eagle used during his promotion ceremony. This is very special. Received one from Mrs. Wilcox. It's a true pleasure to recommend Michael Thompson as a candidate for Eagle Scout. She's been overwhelmed with support for both you and Logan since her sons are now in our pack. I have the honor of teaching Michael for 2 years in a row, 10th grade honors communication arts and 11th grade AP English language and composition. And she's honored to witness Michael's blossom from sophomore to junior year. Michael is a consistent source of positivity for his class, whether we're on Zoom or in person. Always active, his diligence led him to stay on after Zoom class frequently for further discussion. Michael collaborates well with classmates and is a humble role model, highly esteemed by his classmates. In the virtual or physical classroom, Michael's voice brings some keen insights and witty observations. He is someone who brings joy to others simply by being himself, and I have full confidence he will uphold the higher standards of the Eagle Scout. And your friend, your owner of Lancaster School Bus, just reiterated all the wonderful things, and that he helped you with the Conestoga cleanup, which was his Eagle project. Hope all of you took notice. It was a big article in the paper, and he does have a copy of it back there. He's worked diligently for years to become a diver. He was thoroughly prepared to take on the river cleanup project and remove the mobile home and dumpster from the water. He was diligent in amassing a team to not only carry out the project, but to do it safely. His goal of wanting to clean up the river has proven his commitment to the better and healthy environment. What most impressed me was his commitment to carrying out all tasks with honor and gratitude. His morality is second to none. And Ginny Walker, also from Lancaster Scuba Center, it says he worked at the Scuba Center for three years. You're on time, very important, responsible and polite. His skills are above average, and he plans on continuing his education after school. He's a good kid, and I say he'd be a great Eagle Scout. What's yours, Rexy? All right, I have one last one. It's from his dad. From the time I signed Michael up as a Cub Scout this day, scouting has proven to be an extremely positive impact on my son's life. He does good deeds regularly, most times not even realizing he's doing them. He helps out at school and home, and he's a positive role model. My wife and I couldn't be prouder of our son as we watch him earn his merit badges and complete his Eagle project. I'm confident that Michael Robert Thompson displays the principles held in Scout law in his life. He entered the Scouting with the goal of becoming an Eagle Scout. He enjoys the outdoors and enjoyed camping from a young age. He's helped with setup and takedown, and he's been active in Scouts during camping activities as well, and he looks forward to them. To assist in making sure that troop has what we need, Michael has had a wonderful job of being a troop quartermaster, which it's always a challenging job, isn't it? During many nights, he's also spent time working with younger Scouts, teaching various skills. I was scuba diving before Michael was born, and as a young child, he was fascinated with it and wanted to learn. When he was old enough, and he's one of the few in the troop that has ever earned a scuba merit badge. My son did. That was
No, America, that's what you served.
okay. The diving and the pollution both influenced his Eagle Scout project. The project started as a general river cleanup that became focused on two large items that had to be removed from the Conestoga River. The end result is a dumpster and trailer frame removed. It's been a long road over the years from a Cub Scout to this point to become an Eagle Scout. And as his father, it's been amazing to watch him grow into the young man he is today. And I have no doubt he will continue to make valuable contributions to his community as he exhibits the principles held within the Scout and law. All right. Thank you. Very nice. And at this time, we do have other Eagle things, your Eagle Scout card, your Eagle Scout actual patch, and many other things to review. But at this time, Mason, would you like to take your remarks? Michael, you wrote so much translation. There you go. Family. Paula or Dave, would you like to say anything?
I'm just glad to stay here.
It's like I said, it's been a long road. There've been some bumpy rocks on the road, and I'm very proud of them, and I'm very happy the day is finally here.
Would you like to add anything?
One last thing, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but the Eagle rank he was wearing now from May was nearly 60 years ago. And you can see when you look at it close to them how well they last. As a pen, but as people, because I've been military, I've worked as a civilian, and before some of those things, the knowledge of being an Eagle has helped me all the way through, just as you've been hearing all along. So everybody else out here that's striving to it, go for it. This troop here is one of the ones that's, I think, had more Eagles, at least in this area, than any other one from further Eagle presentations. So it's really a wonderful thing to have accomplished. Thanks.
At this time, I'd like our two Eagle Scouts, I think you're, what did we say, 116, 117? What did we say, Miguel?
I think that's what you said.
116.
Yeah, 116, 117.
And 117. Please stand up and let us give you a round of applause.
Not sure. I have to ask Chris. He was the one that looked for the flag, but I'm not sure. But we're doing it tomorrow.
I never really heard about it. I don't get it.
Excuse me.
Yes. Thank you.
Do that first. Come around.
I'm gonna get a picture of you.
I remember when I called the movie,